Today is Monday, October 9th. The year is 2023. It's a little chilly outside, so I have Grayson and Ginger over on the little side porch. And as you can see, Grayson's over there back scratching on the door trying to get out here. He heard the little countdown. He said, oh, they starting the video without me. Yeah, I'm starting without your ass. Sit over there. I gave him some bones to eat from some ribeyes we had last night for dinner. So they're supposed to be able to enjoy their ribeye bone. And I put their dog food and water out there. Ginger, she over there just having a good old time. And Grayson on the other hand, he's not a happy camper over there. He's not happy. He's over on that door just staring at me, shaking. Nervous, he's just shaking. Well, what's going on? Yeah, continue to shake over there. I'm not letting you out. The house is nice and clean. I guess today the temperature was really cold in the 40s last night. But I guess it's time for us all to realize that it's that time of the year where we're in fall weather, it's cool outside. And it's a little chilly. Now he's going to start whining. He's going to start whining and make it all his racket. Let's put the hands on the outer deck where it's a little chilly out there. But it's warming up, though. Anyway, I went out last night to meet a friend and drop something off. And then I ended up over at a nightclub called Blake's, which is a bar here in Atlanta. So Blake's is a well-known bar here in Atlanta. I went in and had a drink. Since I was out waiting to meet this client of mine, I said, let me run in here while I'm waiting on him because he's on his way over there to Blake. So I said, well, let's just meet over there. I got there before he did. And as I'm sitting there having a drink, the club wasn't that crowded yesterday. It was kind of chilly outside, too. It was about 7, 8 o'clock at night. But I kept meeting guys who would come up and say they saw my videos. They've been watching me since high school. There's a lot of young guys who... I don't go out very frequently here. And it's very rare that I go out. When I do go out, because some of these guys said they've been here 7, 8, 9 years and they've never seen me. And I've been here for the past 30 years, so obviously I've been here. I just don't frequent these nightclubs and bars. Not as frequent as they may go. I do go out occasionally. In fact, I was at Blake's last Sunday for a brief minute, went in there, grabbed a drink, and then headed back out to the house. But anyway, I meet all these young guys who have moved here to Atlanta. And I don't know. I mean, everybody has these dreams about Atlanta. And I did multiple videos about Atlanta, and particularly for black gay guys. A lot of black gay guys that come here to see all these black gay guys and they think, oh, I'm in heaven. And slowly as they live here and deal with the issues that come in this town with being in a large black gay city, they realize they may not be in heaven, not quite in hell, but maybe somewhere in between. You know, it's hard to have friends here, it's hard to have relationships here, hard to deal with the community here overall. You know, then you're dealing with racism within the black community, black-white community, gay community, employment issues, cost of living issues, wage issues, what kind of money you can earn here in the city. And so for me, I always tell people, Atlanta looks good on the outside until you get here and you realize you have all these issues to contend with. And not all cities have issues. But by far the biggest issue would be the wage issue, because if you're not making the type of money you need to pay to pay rent, insurance on your car, which is expensive here, car insurance is high, rent is high, housing is high, gas, food, your essentials are expensive. So you'll end up having to do stuff like these guys are saying they work full-time jobs and then they're out Ubering and DoorDash and doing all this stuff on the side just to earn extra income, which is fine. But I always ask them, if you went someplace else, another city with the same skill sets that you have, would you earn more money in that other city? And also, would your cost of living be different? And they always say, yeah, I could make X, Y, Z, and the cost of living in the apartment would be, the housing would be cheaper. So I always ask them, well, what makes you stay here in Atlanta? If you know for a fact that, that if you went someplace else, theoretically you could live a better life, could afford more things, have more money in the bank, more savings, lower cost of living. What is it that keeps you here in Atlanta? What is it about Atlanta that keeps you here? And they always go back to the same thing: the clubs, the partying, the people. And I always ask, well, how do you able to afford to go to the clubs and the partying if you're working a full-time job and multiple side jobs hustling? I went into that bar last night. I had a drink. I think the drink was like $10. That was including the tip. I wasn't drinking nothing fancy. I was just drinking a vodka and cranberry. I had one drink because I knew I was tired on my way back to the house. I came into the city, dropped that package off, was heading right back into the city, back home. Plus, it was kind of chilly in there. They had the air conditioning on. Why? I don't know. It was cold outside, chilly outside. You got the air on. I said, I ain't gonna be a city. It's cold in this damn place. But why would you can live in a city where your housing expenses are high, where you might have to have a roommate, which is nothing wrong with having a roommate. I think that's a good idea. Housing expenses are high. Your car insurance is astronomical. These are younger people. My insurance is so bad. I'm 53 years of age. I haven't had any claims in years. It just makes you wonder. But they don't want to be in Atlanta because they want to be around other black people. They want to be around other gay people. They want to be around a scene, a party scene. Even if it means less income, more expensive housing, and essentials. Just don't know if it's worth it, though. You can always visit Atlanta. You can always visit. When I moved to Atlanta, my first apartment was $385 or something like that for a 2-bedroom renovated townhouse off Godby Road and near the airport off Old National. That was my first apartment. It was like $385. It was renovated. The crazy part is I never forget, I lived right next door to some flight attendants who worked at the airport. And there were white folks and black folks. It was a mixed community right off Godby Road. The place is torn down now. But it was cheap. I lived there by myself and paid $385. It was cheap. My car note was like $200. Gasoline was like 99, 80 cents a gallon or something like that. It was cheap. The land was fairly reasonable at that point. $385 a month in rent for a 2-bedroom townhouse in a quiet neighborhood at that time. So, but now, you're looking at rents upwards of $1,000 or more. I think you'd probably be hard pressed to find something for about $1,000 in the city, or even in Old National Highway. Because I have friends who live in Lithonia who are paying upwards of $1,500 to $2,000 rent in Lithonia. I don't know what they're paying off Old National Highway. I've been out there in years now. Too dangerous. I couldn't tell you what they're paying in rent out there. I imagine you can probably Google it and find out. But what I understand, these rents are high as hell all over this whole city. I don't think there's no more affordable rent. The last place I rented, y'all, if you're watching the beginning of this video, there's a house that I'm living in behind this church, and the house was owned by this church, and they were there. And I ended up moving into that house, and I did some renovation work to it. But I was only paying $750 a month in rent. That was the cheapest rent I ever had in years. $750. That was very reasonable for that house. Privately set behind that church. I didn't give a damn about that damn church. They were only at church service on Sunday. I mean, it was private. A lot of people didn't even know that house existed behind that church. They sold that church in that house. They tore all that stuff down and built these expensive ass narrow townhouses. I'm like, who buying this mess? But everybody keeps coming here. A lot of young folks. I don't know if it's a good idea to come to a city in your youth where this is where you should be making top dollar in your industry because you're young and youthful. And you come to a city where you're not making the type of money that you could be making somewhere else just because you're able to see other people at nightclubs. And I mean, there's more than life than going to a nightclub, am I correct? After a while, it gets kind of old. Going to a party or a nightclub or a pool party or a bar mitzvah, whatever these people do, after a while, it's kind of, you begin to want to do things like own a house. And if you don't have the income, if you got student loans up to your damn eyebrows, another thing about Atlanta is you got this crime that's out of control here. I wouldn't say out of control, but it's pretty bad. Bad enough that I'm very cautious about places where I go. It's particularly when the sun goes down, but a lot of shit happen during the daytime now. This phone is ringing off the hook. What does everybody want this morning? I have to call these people back. I don't know. But I was talking to these young guys, they're young, they're youthful. Maybe they don't realize you only get to be young once. You might want to go someplace where you can earn some money because as you age, you sit here and last 10, 15, 20 years if you want to, making peanuts, this shit ain't gonna work out. Everybody I know that works for corporate America, I ain't talking about black folks, I'm talking about these white folks, they daddy own Microsoft, so of course they executive, they gonna make good money. But everybody know who's black in Atlanta had to leave the city. Unless they were working for the DeKalb County school system or Atlanta Public Schools or the city or the state or something like that. But when it comes to these corporate jobs, they want to make some money, they get the fuck out of here. Or go down to Delta. I know a lot of folks over at Delta now. Delta, which I don't blame them. Delta's a big employer, they do pay good money. So a lot of people come to Atlanta and they end up leaving because they just ain't making the type of income they want to make. And they slowly realize that partying every weekend ain't paying the bills. In fact, partying every weekend might be causing you to take your money and use it for the wrong purpose. Instead of taking your bill money that be paying towards your rent and essentials, car note, insurance, all that, so you over there spending that Blake's with your friends, drinking and partying, or at some restaurant and stuff. They got a ton of new restaurants that have opened in Atlanta. A ton of them. Everywhere you look, these new restaurants. And you go in there, the food ain't that great. It's expensive. It's like, okay. And people just there eating. I'm thinking, what do y'all order? Because what I got ain't worth eating for $50. This food has got very expensive. But there's a lot of young people. They out laughing, having fun. They don't give a damn about their food. They just enjoying the experience. I've been there, done that. But it was a lot cheaper when I was been there doing that. This shit is high as hell now. You're going to these restaurants, $50 per person. It's like, okay, what is going on here? Where is the food? Some of these restaurants are charging prices that they might charge in New York and Miami for this shit. It's like, okay, for what? Like we on the beach someplace. We ain't on no beach. But, everybody wants to be in Atlanta, Black Hollywood. They want to go out to these clubs. They want to sit in the VIP section. I've never understood that boring ass VIP shit. They want to get bottle service. It's just a whole nother world out there for people. Then everybody just spending money, but they ain't got the money. That they spending so much money, they ain't got nothing. And I've noticed a lot of these guys are renting rooms in houses. They don't have their own apartment. They're renting a room. You can't get your own apartment. That shit high. I don't think I want to live in the city where I can't afford my own apartment. But I have to rent a room just because I'm in the city. Like it's fun. It's parties everywhere. I have them damn parties. I'd rather live someplace where I can make some money. And when I want to party, I fly into Atlanta and have a good time, or wherever city I go to. I personally would not be flying nowhere near Atlanta. I might be passing through Atlanta at Hartsfield International Airport on my way to Miami or Mexico or somewhere else. But I wouldn't be coming here to party for what? Y'all forgive me, but I've seen enough niggas to last me a lifetime. I ain't thinking about no black folks. I had another friend who's never been to Miami. He lived here. He said, I said, you never been to Miami? It's just straight black friend of mine, straight black guy. He's never been to Miami. I said, you never stepped foot in me. I said, you're a straight black man. You ain't never been to Miami. What's wrong with you? I just never been. I just like Atlanta. You ain't, but he's from Macon, Georgia, so figure that one out. I'm going to be sitting around in Atlanta. Go see the world. Miami, not that far from here. I told him I was going to go down there and rent an Airbnb for about a month. I told him when I get down there, you need to come visit. He said, I'm going to come visit. Grayson back on them ones and twos again. Grayson just first he was over there eating the food, chewing on the bone. Then he said, I'm out of this room. Well, people gonna do what they want to do. But if I was young and in my youth, I wouldn't be struggling in a city where I'm not making no money. I wouldn't go to a city where I have to struggle, work a full-time job, get off from that job, then jump in my car and drive around doing DoorDash and Uber Eats and Uber and all this other shit in the middle of the night when you have a life. Then after that, you're lucky to get a drink at a club before they close. Give me a little drink. I've been Ubering all day. You tired as hell. And at the end of the day, you still ain't got no money in the bank. You ain't got no savings. Because all your money is going towards bills, car note, insurance, Blake's. Now, y'all know they ain't making no money out there Uber Eats and DoorDash around Atlanta. No money. But you're working a full-time job and you're doing this. It's like, it ain't adding up. Just my thoughts. But they're young and stupid. They'll wake up one day. Ain't no way in hell I'm be working a full-time job. I got a college education. I'm working a full-time job. I'm over at Uber Eats. Then the weekends I'm over at Amazon. And all this, what do you got to go and show for it? But tired feet. Oh, well, and I went to this party with these niggas. Y'all can have these niggas. I've been around enough black people to last me a lifetime. I don't have to see them no more. When I go places out of town at a country party, I don't be looking at where the black folks at. I don't give a fuck about them niggas, honey. And I'm also of age where I really don't want to party like that. And 10, 11 o'clock at night, even if I'm in Mexico, I'm ready to go to bed. Okay, I'm tired. I've been drinking all day long in this heat. I'm take a shower and go my ass to sleep. Then get up tomorrow and do the same thing. I love to travel away from Atlanta. I'm looking at places now. Okay, where I'm going next? Brazil, South Africa, Dubai. I'm looking, pricing, getting the fuck up out of here. But don't pay no attention. I'm just a fool on the internet. But there ain't no way in here I'd sit here in Atlanta and suffer. At 20-something years of age, barely surviving, suffering, when there's so many other amazing opportunities. Just because I want to be around some people, other black gay men or other gay men, I try to fuck them niggas, honey. Go earn you an income. So you can have a savings account. Well, look, I got some workers headed over here. You know, we still working on this old raggedy house over here. This old house. I'm getting some estimates on this couple of bathrooms. I'm about to embark on this winter to retile these bathrooms. They're old. They need to rip out the main reason I'm doing this is there's some old plumbing in the wall from when the house was built. I need to rip this shit out of here and put in new plumbing. So that means they got to tear all the tile out, put in new plumbing and retile this shit. I don't know no other way to do it. But anyway, there's no other way to do it but to rip that shit out and retile that old mess. Anyway. Today it is Monday. It is October the 9th. The year is 2023. I'm out of here. And I look forward to you all's comments. And you all have a great Monday.